Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day, and today we are tackling the Spider-Man Miles Morales boss fights, and holy shit, not enough people have played this game. Spider-Man Miles Morales is a game with a great story, great gameplay, fucking tremendous combat that pushes the series forward, and it also has tremendous boss fights, man. So without further ado, these are the Spider-Man Miles Morales bosses ranked worst to best. Hope you guys enjoy. Coming in at last place, we have quite possibly the most forgettable boss in this entire series, Fake Vulture. Now dude, I don't even know how to talk about this guy because there is just nothing I like here. Alright, that might be a little lie. I do like the aerial combat and web swinging, like that's a very cool mechanic and I wish more bosses in this series utilized it. But when you boil it down, this game has 5 bosses and the fact that 2 of them are crappy reskins, it kind of fucking sucks, man. I really wish this fight would have been replaced with something a bit more memorable. So next up we have what's quite possibly the best tutorial fight in this series, Rhino. Now what I love about Rhino is he's just such a mechanically satisfying boss when you compared him to the last game. In the last game all you did is throw crates on him and that was it, that was fucking it. But in this game you can actually engage him in combat by punching him in the face and ramming him into walls. I mean yeah, it's not much, but when you boil it down it's a really satisfying boss that teaches you the Venom mechanics in a really interesting way, and it's just straight up fun, and that's all I can ask for in a tutorial fight. It hooks you on the experience and that's everything it needed to do. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it, I fucking love the Prowler, and I don't really know what the community's view on this boss is, but I personally fucking love it. Because what the Prowler is he's essentially a stealth-based enemy type, and you never ever see that in this series, so when you do see it, I get really fucking excited. And the 2 gimmicks this boss has is he'll occasionally turn invisible and just fuck you up by surprise, which bro, he did that to me a lot, like this dude fucked me up on my first playthrough. I'd say my one big issue with this boss is the Venom abilities really fuck this guy up. Like, you can heavily abuse this guy with the Venom punch and just stun lock him into oblivion. Which is something I did. That's actually my reliable strategy for beating this guy because holy shit is that effective. But to quickly sum up my thoughts, I think this boss is mechanically satisfying, and the story behind this encounter is really engaging. Like, I had no joke had my fucking hands glued to the controller and face next to the screen throughout this entire 8 minutes. Alright, enough rambling, let's move on. Roxxon Rhino, what the fuck are you doing on this list? You've already had a boss, you've had 2 bosses in this series and you want another one? But all jokes aside, this guy is strangely fun to fight. It's really weird. Because this boss embraces a philosophy in boss fights that, oh, I fucking love it, man. It's like a really personal itch, but when it gets scratched, it's amazing. So what this boss has is he has a cloak of Roxxon armor over his Rhino armor. Throughout the fight, you can break down the Roxxon armor and you get a visual representation of the damage you're doing to the boss. And when boss fights do this, I go fucking crazy, man. Like, I love this shit. And when bosses do it, they're my favorite types of fights. But the reason I can't rank this any higher than I want to is because he just doesn't add that much to the table compared to his last encounter. All this dude really has in this fight is some extra AoE mechanics and some light red electrical attacks. Which, to be fair, it does make engaging the boss much more difficult and much more risky. But besides the lack of innovation and the lazy reskin that this fight kind of is, I still can't deny that knocking the armor off this Rhino is fucking satisfying, and I love this shit. And dude, I just can't fucking explain. It's like a weird, like, fucking kink for me. Okay, dude, now this is a final boss fight, man. This is fucking... Oh, dude. This fight is one of the best fucking fights in this entire series. Maybe the best fight in this entire series, honestly. Because the Tinkerer kind of fixed every issue I had with the main game when it came to the boss fights. Because every boss in that game was really simple, it was really basic. And they could all be defeated in a really gimmicky way. But not the Tinkerer, man. If you want to beat the Tinkerer, you have to master the game's mechanics and get really fucking good at the combat if you want any chance of beating this girl. Because, man, this girl just has so many fucking weapons and attacks in her backpack that she honestly will fuck you up if you've never fought this boss before. And that variety in her boss design just makes this fight so engaging and so captivating. It actually might be my favorite boss in this entire series, despite how maybe weak her character work is in the last half of this game. But to be honest, I have nothing to criticize here. The arena is just expansive enough and big enough to give you enough space to dodge all the Tinkerer's attacks, and trust me, you're gonna need that space. The music brings an epic quality to the encounter and elevates the stakes much higher. And the ending to this fight genuinely gave me goosebumps, and I still think about it 2 years later to this day because it's that fucking good. Honestly, dude, I might get hate for this, but this fight shits all over Venom in Spider-Man 2 because this fight is actually fun, it's engaging, captivating. Every ing word I could use to describe. It's fucking incredible, dude. And if you didn't play Miles Morales, go and play it because the final boss will make the experience worthwhile. Anyway guys, that's gonna wrap up the video, so if you enjoyed the video, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscribe, maybe post your own individual rankings in the comment section. I mean, come on, the game's not that fucking long, you could probably do that in like 10 seconds. And if you really liked the video, I hope you're looking forward to the Spider-Man 2 ranking, because I have a lot of things to say about the bosses in that game, man. Trust me, I'm very mixed on the experience. But anyway, guys, I'll see you when that video comes out, and I hope you have a tremendous fucking day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.